Welcome once again to Mastery Point. We shall be looking at past questions on joint variation for WAEC, NECO, and JAMB. Let's dive straight in. Now let's take the first question. West African Senior School SAT, June 2019. Objective question 12. H varies directly as P and inversely as the square of Y. If H is equal to 1, P is equal to 8, and Y is equal to 2, find H in terms of P and Y. The options have been given: A, B, C, and D. One of them is the correct answer. So let's solve it. In case you miss the video on joint variation, I would like you to go back and watch it. Solution. H varies directly as what? P, and inversely as the square of Y. This implies that H varies directly as P and inversely as the square of Y. What this means is that H is equal to what? Kp over Y squared. Now from here, the first part of the equation says H is equal to 1, so 1 is equal to what? K. Remember, we have to look for K first before we proceed with the equation. And P is equal to what? 8. And Y is equal to what? 2. So this is 2 squared. Now this simply means that 1 is equal to what? K8 over what? 4. From there, if you make K the subject of the formula, we have that K is equal to what? 4 over what? 8. So 4 here 1, 4 here 2. This makes K to be equal to what? 1 over what? 2. So I would like you to take note of this. Our value of K is equal to 1 over 2, which is half. Now they said find H in terms of P and Y. So since we have known the value of K, all we need to do is to do what? Insert the value of K to this equation. So let's proceed. From here we have that H is equal to Kp over Y squared. That means K is what? Half times what? P over what? Y squared. This is equal to what? P over 2 over what? Y squared. Now this simply means that H is equal to what? P over 2 over Y squared. Now to take Y upwards, we have that H is equal to P over 2 times 1 over Y squared, which is equal to P times 1 is what? P. 2 times Y squared is what? 2Y squared. Therefore our H is equal to what? P over 2Y squared. Do we have that as one of the options? Let's see. Okay, we have that, and C is the correct answer. Now let's take the next question. This is West African Senior School SAT, June 2020. Objective question 16. Given that X is directly proportional to Y and inversely proportional to Z, X is equal to 15 when Y is equal to 10 and Z is equal to 4. Find the equation connecting X, Y, and Z. The options have been given: A, B, C, and D. So one of them is the correct answer. So let's solve it. Solution. They say given that X is directly proportional to what? Y and inversely proportional to what? Z. This implies that X is directly proportional to Y and inversely proportional to Z. What this means is that X is equal to what? Ky over what? Z. Now they said X is equal to 15. So from here we have that 15 is equal to what? K. What is Y? Y is what? 10. And what is Z? Z is what? 4. Now this simply means that 15 is equal to 10K divided by what? 4. So to make K the subject of the formula, this simply means K is equal to what? 15 times 4 divided by what? 10. Now what can go? 2 here, 2. 2 here, 5. 5 here, 1. 5 here, what? 3. So this simply means that K is equal to what? 3 times 2, which is equal to what? 6. So we know that k is equal to what? 6. Now we have gotten the value of k. So let's proceed to the next part of the equation. It says find the equation connecting x, y, and z. Okay, since we have known the value of k, all we need to do is to insert the value of k into the what? Equation. But we know that x is equal to what? Ky over what? Z. So inserting the values, we have that x is equal to, what is k? 6 times what? Y over what? Z. That means x is equal to 6 times y is what? 6y over what? Z. So this is the equation connecting x, y, and z. Let's check the options. Good. Option A is the correct answer. Let's take the next question. This is JAMB Mathematics 2003, question 12. X varies directly as the product of u and v and inversely as their sum. If x is equal to 3, when u is equal to 3 and v is equal to 1, what is the value of x if u is equal to 3 and v is equal to 3? The options have been given, A, B, C, and D. So one of them is the correct answer. So let's proceed. It says solution. The question says x varies directly as the product of u and v. Okay, that is u times v, and inversely as their sum. Their sum means u plus what? V. Now this implies that x is directly proportional to u times v over u plus v, which simply means x is equal to k uv over u plus v. So this is what we are working with. Now it says if x is equal to 3, if x is equal to 3 equal to k, then u is what? 3, so times 3, and v is what? 1 divided by, let's say u is what? 3 plus v is what? 1. Now this simply means that 3 is equal to what? K times 3 times 1 is what? 3k over 3 plus 1 is what? 4. So making k the subject of the formula, k is equal to what? 3 times 4 divided by what? 3. 3 and 1, 3 and 1. Therefore, our k is equal to what? 4. Now, we have known the value of k. All we need to do is to insert the value of k into the equation. Now, the question says we should, what is the value of x if u is equal to 3 and v is equal to 3? Now, let's proceed. But we know that x is equal to what? Kuv over u plus what? V. So inserting the values, we know k to be what? 4, and u is what? 3, and v is what? 3, over u is what again? 3, and v is what? 3. So from here we have that x is equal to 4 times 3 times 3 is what? 4 times 3 is what? 12. 12 times 3 is what? 36 over 3 plus 3 is what? 6. So we already have that x is equal to 36 over what? 6. So what can go? 6 can go. 6 here 1, 6 here 6. Therefore our x is equal to what? 6. Do we have that in the options? Let's look. Yes, option C is the answer. Let's do the next question. This is JAMB Mathematics 2005, question 16. It says the weight W kg of a metal bar varies jointly as its length L meters and the square of its diameter D meters. If W is equal to 140 and D is equal to 4 number 2 over 3 and L is equal to 54, find D in terms of W and L. Now the options have been given A, B, C, and D, so one of them is the correct answer. So let's solve it. It says W varies jointly as what? L and the square of its what? Diameter. This simply means that W is equal to what? KLD squared. Now the values have been given. D as W is what? 140 is equal to what? K times what is L? 54, and D is what? 4 whole number 2 over what? 3. all squared. Now this implies that 140 is equal to what? K times 54 times 4 times 3, 12 plus 2, 14 over 3. Let's say square. So another 14 over what? 3. So from here, making K the subject of the formula, we have that K is equal to what? 140 times 3 times 3, all divided by what? 54 times 14 times 14. So we cancel out 3 here, 1, 3 here, we have 1 remainder, 2, 24, 8. So 3 here, 1, 3 here, 6. So what can go? 2 can go, 2 here, 3, 2 here, 70. What can go again? 7 can go, 7 here, 2. 7 here, we have what? 10. So 2 again, 1, 2 again, 5. So we have that 5 over what? 3 times 14. So therefore our K is equal to what? 5 over what? 42. 3 times 14 is 42. So we have known the value of our K. Now they said find D in terms of W and L. So we want to make D the subject of the formula. So from here we know that W, but W is equal to what? KLD squared. So this simply means that from here D squared is equal to what? W over what? KL. So if that is correct, it simply means that D is the square root of what? W over what? KL. But we know the value of W, we know the value of K. So from here we have that D is equal to what? Square root of W over what? K is what? 5 over what? 42 times what? L. This simply means D is equal to square root of what? W over what? 5L over what? 42. Now this simply means that D is equal to what? Square root of W times 42 over what? 5L, which makes our D finally to be what? Square root of what? 42W over what? 5L. Do we have that in the options? Let's check. Okay, option A is the correct answer. Let's take the last question. This is JAMB Mathematics 2014 question 16. It says P varies directly as Q and inversely as R. When Q is equal to 36 and R is equal to 16, P is equal to 27. Find the relation between P, Q, and R. The options have been given A, B, C, and D. So one of them is the correct answer. So let's proceed. Solution. It says P varies directly as what? Q, and inversely as what? R. This simply means that P varies directly as what? Q over what? R. What this means is that P is equal to K times Q over what? R. So we have gotten the first equation. Now we have to look for the value of R, the value of K rather. Now they said from the equation P is what? 27 is equal to K. What is times what? What is Q? 36 divided by what? What is R? 16. So this simply means that our K is equal to 27 times 16 divided by what? 36. So what can cancel out? 9 can go here, 4, 9 goes here, 3, 4 here, 1, 4 here, 4. This simply means our K is equal to what? 3 times 4, which makes our K to be equal to what? 12. So we have known the value of our K. But the question says we should find the relation between P, Q, and R. All we need to do is to insert the value of K into this initial equation. But we know that P is equal to KQ over R. So in inserting the value of K, this implies that P is equal to what? 12 times Q over what? R. Therefore, our P is equal to what? 12Q over R. Do we have that in the options? Let's see. Good. So option C is our answer. So this equation is the relation between P, Q, and R. Please subscribe to this channel for more of this. Thank you.